Well, hello again. This is Otis Tooley from West Virginia, the Polar Express. Since COVID-19 has arrived, I have not been out of my house since March 18th on home confinement of my state of West Virginia recommended that we all stay at house. So I've been changing my layout, took the Christmas layout down, and been working on my late spring, early summer scenery. If you see, I have added a little pond here beside the turnout going to the reindeer training center. I still kept the hunting lodge for, camping, since we're now going into. I'm working on the other scene here that I poured some rocks that I've made out of scenic molds. And here's some that I've got finished, painted. And they take paint very well. Here's the mold that I've used. And since we can't go to the hobby shops or Hobby Lobby because we're on lockdown, I do work for a company that does repair work in restaurants, and I am currently laid off. So I had some leftover drywall putty left over and a 5-gallon bucket, a little less than a quarter bucket left. I've made about 5 pours out of it. I added some Dipron Con 234 dope, a whole 2 tubes of this to the mix to kind of make it a little bit more non-brittle. It still takes paint very well. Very cheap. That whole bucket right there was only $32 for a 5-gallon bucket. That's a lot of molds can be poured. And you don't have to worry about it drying out, because if it starts drying out, just add a little bit of water to it and stir it and get it to the right consistency. I do recommend, if you use this, that you try to keep it at a pretty fairly thick consistency and it don't leave any air bubbles in your molds. I did this scenery yesterday, made this little flat car, put some farm equipment on it. I still got to put this, finish setting up the middle scenery. I made this foam piece as my first attempt at making a foam sculpture in the wire armature trees. I've made those while we was off, or still being off. I'm hoping to spend another couple more days, maybe a week, taking my time setting this scenery up. Here's some wire armature trees that I've made. This one right here, take it or not, that is 18 gauge wire. Anybody that's made wire armature trees know that twisting wires is not easy, and if you take it up to 20 gauge and 18 gauge, it's a new experience. Pliers and a vice grips. Here's some of my armature trees that you can see that I have painted. Now what I did on that was to make sure that it's still movable, take some of your Dope Flex 230, put it in your paint palette and add your pigment to it and stir it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. It makes a really kind of rubbery mixture, and put it on your wire armature trees. It works very well, but it does dry quickly. So you got about maybe 5 to 8 minutes before it starts getting super tacky and you can't get it on. Just add a little bit more rubbing alcohol to it to thin it back down. Well, hopefully this will cheer everybody up, and I challenge all of my train enthusiasts out there to, at least while we're in this conflict of boredom, is work on one small project a week or even a month. Take it from me, I am the world's worst for procrastinating. My wife's about to have a cow fit, because if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, my train layout is in my living room. So you can imagine all y'all model train enthusiasts out there that have a room to keep your stuff in, and your wife's old girlfriends kind of give you a hard way to go about it. Imagine it being set up in the middle of the living room and you're trying to redesign it. Yes, but on the better hand, she has been very helpful. She comes in here, helps me paint some stuff, and does some designs, like that whole design back here in the corner with the pond and the camping trailers. That was all her design. I'm still trying to figure out, I want to try to do like this turnout here. I like to just use it for maybe a rail yard, a small rail yard. So it's trying to come up with a way to kind of separate, and that's what I'm doing with this right here, kind of separating the main line from the off branch here, and figure out how I'm going to find some buildings, because you know most of my stuff is for Christmas and you can't just go out and buy any of it right now. So hopefully by the next video I shoot for y'all, this will be a beautiful setup. And thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Y'all be safe. Make sure you wash your hands. If all possible, don't go out in public. But, you know, some of us still have to go out. Wish all y'all health and safety. And by the way, thanks for watching my YouTube channel again.